Hello, welcome to the Bottled Imp. This is an Imp Thinks, and this is where we actually look at a film that Julian and we don't know anything about. It is a fantasy film, and we then have a look at it and see if we like it, and you get our instant reactions. So, what we're doing today, Julian?
Well, we're going to look at a film that we did briefly think about in a prior episode of this, and we thought we'd bump it to closer to Christmas because it is a Christmas-themed film.
Apparently. It's called Rare Exports, and it does say A Christmas Tale. So, we did do a Imp Thinks a mirror mask, and with that one, what we did was we actually had a choice, and we thought, well, which one should we do? And this was part of this choice, and because it's near Christmas, we thought we'd do this. And Julian has a little bit of a reservation.
Well, I think it's a controversial choice because obviously, you know, the fantasy genre is large and far-reaching, and you know, obviously, well, Ken seems to think that because this has got Father Christmas in it, therefore it becomes fantasy genre, which, you know,
it's not real.
Well, it depends. You know, it depends on your beliefs about Father Christmas. Is whether that is. It's whether, you know, whether it fits into our world of fantasy. You know.
Yeah,
but how broad are we looking at fantasy? But I guess because it's Christmas, we can have a look at it.
He's a big guy, isn't he?
Yeah, he's not a dragon. Doesn't look like you know.
No, but is he real? That's what I want to find out. It says here, this Christmas, everyone will believe in Santa Claus.
Right.
So there's still some doubt out there.
So let us know in the comments whether you think
whether you think Santa Claus really exists.
No, but whether this is the type of stuff we should be. You know, how broad are we going with our channel? But I don't know. True. I'm all for looking at sci-fi and all sorts of other things if we choose to. But
interesting.
Yeah,
they do normally lump them together. Yeah, they do lump them together.
Well, you're looking at Father Christmas, and then you're going to sci-fi.
I know. Well, Star Wars is a classic, isn't it? Because you've got those sort of spiritual stuff. Star Wars.
Okay.
You got the spiritual side of Star Wars, you know, because it's sort of the Force, and that magic? Is it fantasy? It's not science, is it?
No, so I guess
that's what I'm saying. There's more crossover, obviously, with sci-fi.
I mean, you know, the fantasy genre, like you say, anything that isn't. This is a debate for another show.
Yeah, maybe we should do that.
Yeah, anything that isn't real could be fantasy.
Yeah.
Or are we looking at just is the Bottled Imp a more specific area of the genre?
Yeah.
Who knows?
I've just noticed on the back, because we don't know anything about it, so I've not even read any of the blurb, but it's got here in big writing, Tim Burton, eat your heart out. Ooh.
We like Tim Burton.
Yeah, that's a challenge and a half, isn't it?
Yeah.
So let's find out if Tim Burton really did eat his heart out. We'll see you on the other side.
We finally found something else than just plain rocks and dirt.
This mountain is like a giant icebox.
Storing what?
We are standing on the biggest burial mound in the world.
Tänne on haudattu jotain.
Juuso! Oota! Joulupukki on haudattu!
Hyvää joulua.
Minkälaiset sudet tekee tämmöstä jälkeen?
Isot ja vittumaiset.
Isä! Syötti on viety!
We have Santa Claus.
What is this? Where is Mr. Green?
Selitä sille, että meillä on täällä pukki myytävänä.
Santa is going to find out who is naughty or nice.
Rauhallista joulua. Aivan vitun railakasta uutta vuotta.
Ho, ho, ho. Well, there we go. We have just watched Rare Exports, A Christmas Tale. And Julian, you initially said this was a family fun Christmas film. Have you got anything to say about that?
Yeah, not so much. Not so much a family fun Christmas film. It's very misleading cover because it does remind me of.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
I'll flash that up on the screen.
Yeah,
it does remind me of
Home Alone.
Home Alone.
Yeah,
it looks like a bit of a Home Alone romp. But
and it is completely the opposite.
Not really.
Completely the opposite.
It was a bit bizarre, wasn't it?
I'm just going to be out front here. I really, really enjoyed that.
Right. Okay.
I loved it. I thought it was brilliant. I thought it was so good.
I'm probably a bit more
discriminating.
Yeah, I don't know. I enjoyed it. It wasn't what I was expecting.
Yeah.
It's a foreign film, which I didn't expect. Yeah. I thought it was going to be American, and it started off being English, and then it's actually Finnish, isn't it? So
Norwegian.
The director is called, I look on IMDb, Jalmari Halander. I'll try and pronounce it.
I'm sure that's how you pronounce it.
And he's from Helsinki.
I think he wrote it as well.
Wrote it and directed it. And he's
it came up on the credits.
Helsinki, Finland.
Okay.
That's where he's from.
Okay.
And there's very little information about it. So, Ken, where did you even find this film?
Well,
the story?
We have. Do you remember when we did Troll Hunter as an Imp Thinks?
Yep. Check that out.
Check that review out. Yeah. Review. On the comments, Rich Nairn, who very kindly does the animation for and any Bottled Imp cartoon stuff, drawings. What's the word? Illustrations. On the comments, he really likes Troll Hunter, so he commented that he liked it, and then I kind of commented back, and he then said, "Yeah, it reminds him of Rare Exports." So it was thanks to Rich, who recommended it. He said, "Yeah, check it out," and I thought, I'll just do that.
I wonder how did you find this film? It's obviously not a massive mainstream film. It's quite a strange little film, isn't it?
I would imagine it probably did quite well in Finland or Norway or
maybe.
But I tell you what I really liked about it. We don't want to give too many plot spoilers away, but it's totally not what you expect. I think even if you kind of knew a little bit about it, there's enough in there to go, hang on, I didn't expect that. That's a bit twisted. And for me, what I liked about it, and I would say yes, it is part of the fantasy genre because it takes something like a fairy tale, and this time it happens to be Santa Claus. So it could be another fairy tale like, Pinocchio, like a boy who, is wooden and becomes real. There's something fantastical about that. I'd say that's fantasy. So again, you take fairy tale and says, well, is this real? I know, what happens if Santa Claus really is real? And it's the same with Troll Hunter. I
thought you weren't going to give any spoilers in this review.
Well, no, but...
You're talking as if Santa Claus isn't real.
Well, isn't he?
So you're saying what happens if he was real, which suggests he's not real.
You mean he's...
And it's so close to Christmas.
He's real.
It's so close to Christmas. Well, we'll soon find out how many presents you get.
Yeah, exactly. But it's like Troll Hunter. It's like, okay, let's take the look at that fairy tale thing of trolls, and let's say that they're real. What would actually happen in the real world? And so it's the same concept. So I would say that just because it happens to be Santa Claus, isn't any different.
Yeah. And I guess, again, it's hard to talk about these films without giving stuff away. Maybe we just change our policy and say,
maybe.
We give spoiler. I don't know, but
would you want to do a spoiler and we just say skip forward?
Well,
stop watching.
No, I don't know. It's we've mentioned Santa Claus is in it, so I think it's going to be fairly obvious. But
it's about Santa Claus.
It's about Santa Claus, kind of. Yeah, it's strange though, isn't it? Because it's. I don't know. See, it's hard. We watch these films and then we suddenly talk about them. You actually need a bit of time to think about it, don't you? We probably shouldn't jump straight into filming these. We should give ourselves an hour to just sort of do this, especially with some of these slightly weirder ones. For me, I sort of enjoyed it. It's not a massively long film. No. It's an interesting idea. I just noticed, I'm looking on my phone at IMDb again, and it's this director's made a short film called Rare Exports in 2003, which I think. And apparently it says in the comments for this one is that this is around on the internet. People have seen it on the internet, so it's probably worth looking it up.
Right. Yeah,
it's only a 6 film, but they talk about how it's got like a minute and a half of credits at the end, so it's obviously quite a full-on 6-minute film.
Right. Yeah.
But it sounds like that was the germ of this film.
Yeah.
And it'd be interesting to see that.
Yeah.
Because I think I found this perhaps a little. Didn't quite.
Really?
I don't know whether it gave me enough. If there wasn't enough
There was a lot of setup.
A lot of setup. And
so if you're looking at the sort of 3-act classic structure of a film,
yeah,
I would say two of the acts were the setup, and then it was the payoff, as opposed to the first act being the setup. So I would say, I know where you're going with that. But
I like the ending kind of made it go, oh, that's quite a nice little idea.
Yeah.
But that was just like the last 2 minutes of the ending. And
yeah,
so with the short film, that would be the little twist at the end,
Yeah.
a 6-minute film.
Yeah.
And that would be quite nice. With this, it was like, as often when you take a short film and you try and do that'll work as a feature film. I think we've seen a few of these. It's a bit like, well, they've really kind of
stretched the idea
really padded it out quite a lot. And it's sort of nice. They have this world. It's snowy. It's cold up there. You know where it's all filmed in this isolated place where this kid and his dad lives. But it's that's not giving anything away.
No, it's not. No, I personally felt that it was just the right amount of story for the time. It's only 80 minutes long, and I felt that was just right. And I just like the fact that a lot of it's seen through the kid's point of view.
Yeah.
Which I think is brilliant, because that's what Christmas is kind of about, isn't it?
Yeah.
Seeing it through, when you're a kid and it's all real and it's all magical. And I like the fact that there was still that magical stuff in there, because I won't give it away, but when he starts looking through the books, there's still that magical element to it.
And in fact,
but it's a different type of magical element. It's not what you're expecting.
No, exactly.
And that
to me lend itself to being Bottled Imp fantasy fodder a bit more. I said at the beginning, I was sceptical about this. Why are we watching this?
Yeah.
But actually, it is a little bit.
It's dark.
It's a bit darker. It's a bit more.
It's a bit more Brothers Grimm.
Yeah.
In terms of the original Brother Grimm stories were very dark and twisted.
Yeah.
And obviously Disney kind of makes them sanitize.
But it's no Del Toro, is it, or Pan's Labyrinth typey thing? And it's kind of. I think I probably wanted a bit more.
Yes, you want a bit more into the fantasy element,
a bit more into that fantasy, a bit more creepy, weird stuff, a bit more. I mean, it was a sort of weird crossbreed, wasn't it? And I didn't really, maybe it was fairly low budget. I would think there wasn't anything massively big budget about it, was there? But
it was very well done, though. Production values were really done, well done. And
I think it would have been a really kooky little short film, which it presumably was, and we must check it out. Maybe we'll try and find the short film and link to it or something. But as a feature film, it kind of, I didn't quite know where it was. It wasn't fantasy enough, or creepy enough, or horror enough, or
yes, I know what you mean. It wasn't mainstream enough.
What's his name? Lost in New York enough. Whatever, Macaulay Culkin enough.
Yeah, but I really liked it because I think for me, I really like stories that. There are quite a few. It's quite. I don't know if it's not a genre in its own right, but it's that sort of. We're in the real world. Oh, look, I found a magic book that I don't know is magic, or is it magic? And then you somehow get transported in. No, I know what you mean, because it didn't then transport you fully into that fantasy
I think
world.
once it's sort of the payoff sort of happened and stuff, there was the sort of end stuff and finished, because it wasn't a massively long film.
Yeah.
Or they had nowhere else really to go there. And again, sort of, we could talk in more detail, but it would give away give away the sort of thing.
Yeah.
So we'll perhaps reevaluate our reviews of these to say perhaps we could just talk openly about it. Say watch this and.
But in terms of everything else, I thought the acting was really good.
I thought the kid was good. Really young kid is the main guy. He was good, wasn't he?
He was really good. And then I thought everything else was just very solid about the film. I thought if I personally had made that and directed it and written it, I'd be very, very happy with that. I'd be very. I'd be proud of it. I'd be wanting people to see it.
Yeah.
And then on the back here, when I said about Tim Burton Eat Your Heart Out, I can see why now they've put that on there, because it touches elements on there, but without necessarily without necessarily going straight in, like showing what.
I wouldn't have watched that and thought of Tim Burton one little bit if they hadn't written that on the box. That's purely clickbait, isn't it? That's straight there. It's to get you to get sort of.
Well, the quote apparently is from Little White Lies.
Whatever that is.
I don't know what that is, a website or something.
Yeah.
But no, but I can see where they're going with that, Tim Burton, because it's taking something that you think is something and then turning it into something else, which is a bit more dark and a bit more sinister.
I guess so.
No, I really loved it. I thought it was. I personally would recommend.
I mean, we've watched a lot worse.
Oh god, yeah. This is probably one of the best ones
so far. We've only done a few of these, but maybe this is the best one we've watched so far. Yeah, it's interesting. I'm glad I watched it. Yeah. I feel a little bit unsatisfied from it, but I think I'm quite a hard. You know what we're saying about. Yeah. It's quite hard to rate these. I kind of. Yeah. I can't give.
Do you know what I thought actually? About halfway through, I started to think this would be a good television series where they would have time to really go into it. Because I felt at the end, obviously, the way it ended didn't really explore it fully.
I think it sort of wrapped up a bit quick, which is maybe why I'm feeling a little bit not let down, but a little bit frustrated with it. Yeah, unsatisfied. Yeah, sort of wrapped up a bit. Kind of needed to. Took so long as getting to the point, and then it just wrapped up.
Yeah, but I quite like the slow build-up-ish. It didn't feel slow, but I like the fact that, you know, if something unusual is going to happen in real life, you have to it has to unfold naturally. And I felt they did a good job with that.
Yeah.
That it didn't feel contrived. I actually bought into it that it could actually happen. Right. I felt that this could actually happen.
Well, maybe it could. Maybe this is what needs to happen to get you to believe again.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe that's it. But yeah, I personally would recommend it.
Yeah, I'd certainly say give it a watch. Give it a watch.
Yeah.
You know, this is the bit I don't like about this, is the actual having to give it a sort of rating or a thing. Because I sort of enjoy. I mean, it's in the middle for me. It's not probably because it's like in the scale of what? In the scale of if we watched 10 really good films and that was in there, it'd be down at the bottom. If it was, is it in the middle? It's all depends. It's all subjective to what else you
of course.
like. I mean,
of course. You know, no, totally.
You know, your Time Bandits, your Pan's Labyrinth. These are fantastic films. That was in there with that would be rubbish.
Yeah, well, no, I don't know about rubbish. I'd say probably probably at the bottom of those three. But put it this way, I didn't feel like I could recommend this knowing that somebody's not going to waste their time.
Right.
I would feel happy that somebody would watch this and go, yeah, that was quite a good solid film. I quite enjoyed it.
Yeah.
As opposed to going, seriously, steer clear of this.
No. It's in the middle there. It's not it's not like an excellent film. It's not like a terrible film. It's certainly watchable and entertaining.
Yeah. Oh, and it is subtitled, by the way.
Subtitled.
So if that puts you off.
Probably don't watch it with your children, even though the cover suggests perhaps a little kind of crazy romp.
That was it. They maybe should have named it something different.
Yeah.
To be a bit more of an exciting title, Rare Exports.
But that's again great for the short film. Yeah. With the whole sort of watch it and get the twist and this little thing.
But the actual name of it could have been maybe a bit more sinister or a bit more dark. And this cover really
Father
is
Chris Death.
Yeah, but this
Santa rip your head off. None of that happens.
None of that happens. Don't spoil. But yeah, this is a bit too sort of family orientated. And as I was watching it, I noticed on the back here it is a 15 in England. So obviously, and in America, I think 15. So obviously, I think
with your 15, you're 15 anywhere in the world.
Oh right,
a year is a year in England. so yeah. Yeah, but not if you can't watch it till you're 15. That's the same across America, England.
Not in Narnia though.
In Narnia, how old are you when you're 15 in
Narnia? Time is different.
Is it?
Yeah, it's slower. I think.
It's a bit like that Interstellar.
I've not seen Interstellar.
You've not seen Interstellar, where they go on that planet.
No, I've not seen that.
Ooh.
Maybe
because that's fantasy genre, isn't it? Interstellar.
It's sci-fi.
Sci-fi, science fiction, fantasy. It's not real, therefore it's fantasy. That's what we established.
Yeah, did we
watching Lost in Rare Exports, Lost in New York.
Space. Yeah, Home Alone. That's fantasy. Yeah. Nobody could, with kids, get rid of criminals like that.
We rattled on too long.
I think so. Let's wrap this baby up like a Christmas present. Okay, so Rare Exports. I personally am going to say yes. I was impressed by it.
Yeah, I'd say I'd say give it a watch. Give it a watch. Why not? If you've got nothing else to do.
Yeah, if you're on your own on Christmas, like I am. What?
No.
Anyway,
that's another episode.
Yeah. Okay, nice one. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.